Hi you guys, how are you all? I hope you're doing well. I know it's Thursday, it's not Tuesday when I feel like I'm always on, so it feels a little bit weird. Thank you for being patient. I feel like I finally have a good filming setup that I'm really excited about, and I have like a little corner and I can leave everything set up so I don't have to like keep unpacking and repacking all of my stuff every single week, and it just makes everything so much easier, and it feels nice to have like a little corner that's designated for my creativity. So I don't know if you guys can tell I'm excited about that. But I'm glad to be on here today because we're going to be talking about some new products for me personally from Honest Beauty. Honest Beauty is a brand that I actually really enjoy. I really like their eyeshadow palettes. I've had really good experiences with their products. Some of them are quite affordable and really accessible. So that's something I really appreciate about the brand. So whenever they come out with something new, I'm always really curious. Today we have a couple of new products for them and one old favorite product that I'm really happy to have restocked. Purchased it when Honest Beauty first came out, and now I have it again. So the new products we're going to be talking about today are their CC cream, their powdered blushes, and then this new eyebrow pencil from them. I kind of feel like everyone's looking for simple, easy makeup right now. I don't think anyone's doing like a full face every single day. And if you are, more power to you, but I'm definitely not. I'm barely wearing any makeup as is, so I want to talk to you guys about products that sort of fit into my lifestyle right now and what I'm actually using. So I'm curious about the CC cream because it seems like that will be a good go-to product for summer when I just need a little something. I've really been reaching for the Ilia Super Skin Serum Skin Tint a lot, so curious how these two compare. So this is kind of like first impressions, and yeah, I'm excited to try this. So starting off with their CC cream, I have this in the shade Fair. It does have sunscreen in it. It has SPF 30, broad spectrum, and blue light defense, which I feel like is like the new thing, especially right now. I'm getting a lot of ads. Oh, it's a little bit deeper than I thought it would be. I'm getting a lot of ads for blue light protection for your skin because everyone is sitting in front of a computer screen right now. So it's a little bit deeper than I thought it would be. Definitely thicker than the Ilia Skin Tint. Doesn't have too much of a scent. It actually, in tone, reminds me a little bit of how the It Cosmetics CC cream used to be, so it's a little bit peachy. Unfortunately, on my very pale skin right now, I don't know if that's going to be a good color match. So I'm just going to focus it at the center of my face and then really blend out so that I don't end up with like kind of a line. I believe Fair is their lightest shade. I'll insert a graphic of all of the shades that they have. I think it's 4. Yeah, this definitely airs on the redder side. So if you have pink undertones, this will be great for you, but I have more neutral to yellow tone. But you know what? When I blend it out, especially if I blend down my neck, the color match isn't too bad. Maybe it's a little bit self-adjusting, or because maybe it's, you know, light coverage, you can kind of work with it. If you have very pale skin though, I think this would be a little bit dark for you. It feels really good on my skin, very soft. Let's see if it's buildable, where I have a little extra pigment towards the center of my face. Doesn't feel heavy, and I feel it setting as I'm applying it. The finish is almost like a satin finish. I'm surprised by how nice this feels on my skin. Interestingly enough, it feels a little bit like the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint in finish. Doesn't feel heavy on your skin. It still feels a little bit sticky in the areas that I have built up. So I'm just going to let it set for a few minutes while I apply everything else, and then I'll tell you guys how it sets. But it feels really good on my skin. And you know what? It looks pretty dang good. That's pretty undetectable, especially considering it wasn't a great color match. All right, I'm going to apply a little bit of Kosas concealer underneath my eyes and on top of where I have a little pigmentation. Again, this is sort of like my everyday makeup if I'm wearing any. So I'm not worrying too much about covering everything. This is very light, very comfortable. And this concealer is laying really well over the top of this. I am starting to feel that it's setting. I also have some dry areas and I don't see it clinging to them at all. I feel like that's also why I've been gravitating towards lighter coverage products and CC creams and the skin tint and all of that, because I need something that's a little bit hydrating, and I need something that's not going to stick to dry areas right now because I am having some. It is really undetectable on the skin. I'm going to get in a little bit closer so you guys can see. I mean, obviously you can still see a little bit of pigmentation popping through, but it's really skin-like, and it gives me a nice luminosity that I really like. but it's not super glowy. In fact, I would say it's less glowy than the Ilia skin tint. Okay, let's move on to brows. I like that this is double-ended, that the tool you need to really make this product work is included. And I got this in the shade Taupe. I think it's gonna be a little bit light, but I heard that some people prefer lighter brow pencils. And I think it's working okay. It's a very soft pencil, which makes me wonder if it's gonna set as well as the Hourglass one. They're kind of in different categories though, because you can see this is a thick pencil, whereas the Hourglass Arch Micro Sculpting Brow Pencil is kind of a hard, really thin pencil. Actually, I kind of like this color. I think it's a little bit softer. I'm gonna put a little bit of brow gel over the top. This is my Eco Brow Clear Brow Gel. Oh, I've missed a brow pencil. Gosh, it just looks so clean. My face feels a little bit like what it feels like to just have SPF on. There's maybe a tiny bit of tackiness to it, but nothing's transferring. It's really comfortable. My skin feels nice and hydrated. I don't have anything on underneath it. Okay, I'm gonna curl my lashes and put on some mascara. Now I have used the Honest Beauty mascara before and I like it. I never remember to do the priming step, but people say that you should if you use the mascara, it's worth it. And my sister swears by the Honest Beauty mascara. So I'm going to use my Westman Atelier mascara because that's the one I have open right now. I have noticed that this has gotten a little bit clumpier the more that I've used it. So I just have a really light hand with it. When you haven't worn mascara for like 3 weeks and then you put it on, wow. Okay, let's do a little blush. So I'm actually a huge fan of their cream blushes, but I saw they came out with powdered blushes. I wanted to give them a try, so I have this in the shade Flirty. I have to be honest, I'm a little bit critical of powdered blushes. I think they're challenging to do right, in my opinion. And I am someone who's definitely in the cream camp, and I know that a lot of people are the opposite. So there is some sparkle to this, which I actually don't mind in blush products. I don't like when it's like glittery though. Sparkle is okay. I think this is the right blush color for my skin tone. So this is sort of like an illuminating blush. Is that what it's called? Am I just being silly? Lit powder blush. Yes, it is an illuminating blush. And it's actually very, very pretty. I was worried that it would look patchy because of sort of the base that we have on is a little bit tacky, but it's blending really well. And I feel like that's a really nice natural glow for summer, but it's a very natural color. And like I said, there's a little bit of sparkle to it. It's not overdone, and it's definitely not glittery, so it's very natural looking. This is a really nice powdered blush. I'll be honest, when I saw it in the pan, I thought this would be a product that I wouldn't like. I don't know, I didn't love the look of it, but I think it's really pretty, and it's really nice to have a powdered option for summer because as it gets warmer, it is hard to find cream blushes that will stay in place. Gosh, that's a really surprisingly happy find. Now I'm going to go into their Magic Balm. This can be used kind of all over as a lip product, a highlight, and I'm going to use it as both, like a chapstick. And I'm actually going to apply this onto my cheekbone. So why I like this is because it looks, you know, like an incredibly natural highlight. Now it doesn't last super long. It will kind of sink into your skin, so that's something to keep in mind. But if you're out and about, you can just throw this in your bag like a chapstick, and then when you reapply to your lips, you just kind of reapply onto your face. But I just want to make sure you guys know this isn't a super long wearing product. I actually have had this before and repurchased it before. It's because I like the finish of it. You guys know on my wish list I have like every highlighter that looks like this, where it's just like kind of a clear gloss highlighter, like the Westman Atelier highlighter, the Tower 29 highlighter. I just love clear glossy highlights. I just think they're so pretty. So this is a nice, less expensive alternative. I'm so pleasantly surprised by all of these products. Like I said, the blush I really didn't think was going to work for me, and the brow pencil I was feeling a little bit hesitant about. I don't think I get the definition that I like from the Hourglass Arch Sculpting Pencil, but certainly this color helps to fill in the gaps and just give me a little bit more of a polished look that's very, very natural. And I think it's in part so natural because of the color, because it's a little bit lighter. So like with the Hourglass pencil that I keep talking about, it was a bit deeper, so it matched my brow hairs a lot better, meaning that I could get like sort of those real brow strokes into it. But because this is lighter, I can actually fill in my brow and they don't look super harsh. They still look really natural. And then I'm impressed by this CC cream. So my guess is it's gonna oxidize a little bit, which makes me kind of nervous. On camera, I know that it doesn't translate like it does in real life. It's definitely, like I said, a little bit more on the peachy side, but I can work with it. And I think especially when I bring it down my neck and as I get hopefully a little bit tanner during the summertime, I think it's going to be closer to my skin shade. I don't know if I would call this fair though. I feel like this really wouldn't work for people with very, very light skin. So I'd be curious to hear if you guys have tried any of the other shades, how you feel about them, if they work for a lot of different skin tones. If they don't, let me know your feedback. And of course, the Magic Balm is just such a pretty highlight. I think probably the most surprising product to me was the blush. I really, like I said, I'm hesitant about powdered blushes. I think sometimes they look a little too heavy, but this one's an illuminating blush and it's really, really natural looking. I feel like it just looks like kind of what I look like when I've been outside, and I'm a little bit rosy, but there's a beautiful highlight to it. So to be honest, this is really the amount of makeup that I feel like I would wear as a full face of makeup these days. I feel like I'm already wearing a lot, and these were 5 products, so I don't even remember the days where I used to wear like 10, 20 products on my face at once. This is a really nice polished look. Again, like I said, I love the accessibility of Honest Beauty. I continually am impressed with their products. I hope you guys like seeing how these perform. Let me know if you guys have any of these and what you think of them. I just feel like really glowy and really nice right now. This is what happens when you don't wear makeup in a long time and then you put it on and you're like, wow, like what a difference a little bit of makeup makes. But yeah, so really happy with my selection. I feel like I'm pleasantly surprised by everything. Not quite the right color match on the CC cream, but certainly can make it work. And hopefully during the summer it will be a little bit closer to my shade. But all the other products, yeah, it's a home run. I'm pleasantly surprised. I can leave this on the rest of the day and feel fancy walking around my house. So I hope you guys are all doing well. Let me know down in the comments what you think, what you like from Honest Beauty, what you think of Honest Beauty. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Thanks for being so patient about this week's video. Now that I have a setup figured out and I'm working out the kinks, everything will be back to normal. So we will have more consistent content and you guys won't have to play catch up about when I'm posting and all of that. So apologies for that. Thank you for being patient. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you all next week. All right guys, thanks so much for watching. Bye.